within this section, we're going to discuss the options for ethical hacking certifications. So most of these students, when they try to go into cybersecurity companies, ethical hacking companies, they're looking forward to get some ethical hacking certifications, or they are eager to learn how to get one of those when they move on to these companies. So I'm going to explain what options do you have and what do you have to do in order to study and be ready for these certifications. So now, if you're ready, let's get started. Hi, within this section, we're going to discuss various options of ethical hacking certifications. So after you complete this course, maybe you may want to go into a cybersecurity career. So some of the times, companies require their employees to have this kind of certifications before they go into the company, and some of the times, after you go into that company actually makes you work on these certifications and makes you take one of these certifications. Okay? So either before or after going on these companies, most probably you will have to deal with the certifications. So within this section, I will try to give you some general information about the most popular certifications around the world. So we have various options, but in my opinion, there are two most popular and there are two most eligible, most validated certification companies in the world. So first of them is Offensive Security and the other one is Ethical Hacker Council, okay, EC Council. So maybe you remember that Offensive Security is also the company that is developing Kali Linux. So they are a very huge company about ethical hacking, okay? And also, we have one of the most popular certifications in EC Council as well. Maybe you have heard Certified Ethical Hacker before. So CEH is given by EC Council, and we have various options in EC Council as well. So I'm going to focus on OSCP, OSWP, and CEH in this course. But also, I'm going to mention other certifications that you may go and look for the details as well. So I'm going to stop here, and within the next lecture, we're going to continue with Certified Ethical Hacker. Hi, within this lecture, we're going to discuss what is Certified Ethical Hacker certification and how to get one of those. So I googled out Certified Ethical Hacker, so let me go to google.com and search for Certified Ethical Hacker, okay? And the first result that I will get is the eccouncil.org. If you click on it, it will open for you, and you may see the general information about the certifications which are given by the EC Council, okay? As you can see, EC Council actually provides us different tools, different certifications, and CEH is not the only certification that it is distributing. So you work with CEH, you start with CEH, but then you can move on to some advanced certification like EC Council Certified Security Analyst, and then move on to the expert kind of style, which is licensed penetration tester. So these are practical, and this is the master level. And most of the people doesn't actually prefer to go into advanced and expert kind of certifications in EC Council, but they are rather starting with the Certified Ethical Hacker, and then they move on to OSCP for the reasons that we're going to discuss in the next lectures. But for right now, let me focus on Certified Ethical Hacker. If you scroll down in this page a little bit, you will see the general information about CEH. So this is practically an exam, and it has 125 questions. And you get 4 hours to complete this multiple choice exam, and if you succeed, you get your certification, and if you don't succeed, you fail and you may try another time. So as you can see, the purpose of this certification is to establish and govern minimum standards for information security professionals. And this is minimum standards because you start with CEH and then you can move on to more advanced levels. Okay? So as you can see, it has some passing score criteria setting. So it can range from 60% to 85% depending on which exam form is challenged. And you don't have to worry about that. All you have to worry about the eligibility of your case and then the studying process for the exam. So let me talk about those. So let me first go into the eligibility, and you will see that you have to work for 2 years in cybersecurity in order to take this exam. And if you haven't worked for 2 years, of course you can do something else. You can take the course of the EC Council and then you can go into the exam. And if you don't take the course, if you have 2 years of experience, you only pay $100 at this moment in 2019. And if you haven't worked for 2 years, of course you have to pay more because this EC Council will provide some documentation for studying for the examination and some documentation about the content of the course. So what is the content of this course? What is the content of this exam? If you scroll down a little bit, you will see the course outline, okay? And if you look over these modules, you will see some similar sections with our course. So you can learn about scanning networks, reconnaissance, system hacking, malware, social engineering, and some hacking web servers, hacking web applications, SQL injection, and other stuff as well, like hacking wireless networks. And we have covered most of these topics. And also you will find some subjects that we haven't covered in our course, like denial of service. So it means that you attack for a computer or you attack for a network and you deny them of service. So this is like the authentication attack that we have covered in the network section. But also you can run these DOS attacks on IP addresses in order to disconnect their internet as well. And we haven't covered this subject because it will be hard to practice this on a safe environment, but after you complete this course with your current knowledge of ethical hacking, you can read some tutorials or documentation about this subject and you can easily pass the exam in my own opinion. And if you haven't worked for 2 years in a cybersecurity company, then you can take the course from EC Council and they will provide all the trainings regarding these modules, and then you can easily study and pass the exam again, in my opinion. And I believe you can find some sample questions in this website as well. In fact, they used to have it. I don't know if they have it or not right now, but you can find some sample questions online as well. And I suggest you do that if you decide to take this certification. So we're going to stop here, and within the next lecture, we're going to focus on offensive security certifications. Hi, within this lecture, we're going to focus on offensive security certifications. And we have various options in this case as well. For example, you can find an offensive security wireless professional certification. And this one purely focuses on network attacks like cracking WPA password, cracking WEP passwords, and other stuff as well, like we covered in this course. But I'm going to focus on the most popular one, which is Offensive Security Certified Professional. So let me view this course, and this course is the real deal. This is very hard to get, and it actually involves hacking into different sets of machines in real time. So you get 24-hour certification exam in this case. So you get to do it on your own house, but you will only have 24 hours, and you will have to hack into more than 4 or 5 machines in this 24-hour period. And it has a cost more than $800 at this point in 2019. And it costs so much because they provide extensive training regarding this certification examination, okay? And even though if you have worked for 2 years or 5 years, it doesn't matter. They require purchasing this training before you go on and take this examination. And this is very extensive and this is very hard to get. So let me scroll down a little bit and I can show you the course overview and syllabus. You will see some modules here in as well. So you can see some basic ones like passive information gathering, active information gathering, vulnerability scanning, but you will see some advanced modules like buffer overflows, privilege escalation, or pivoting as well. So we have covered the basics of most of these modules in our course, but this is advanced stuff. So before you go on and take this examination, you surely will need to take this course anyway. And after you complete whole course, I suggest you search for Capture the Flag challenges. So let me show you what I mean. So if you go to google.com, if you search for Capture the Flag, okay, you will have a lot of results. So this is kind of an ethical hacking challenge, ethical hacking game. So it gives you a system that has some vulnerabilities, and you have to use tools like Nmap or Nessus in order to find about those vulnerabilities and search for ways to exploit them. My favorite website about CTF is onehub.com. So if you go to onehub.com, this is vulnerabilityhub.com, you will find a lot of CTF challenges. You can download this, you can download the CTFs. They are practically VirtualBox machines. You can run on your VirtualBox and you can try to find about those vulnerabilities and try to exploit them using Kali Linux in your own computer. I'm trying to tell you all about this CTF stuff because they are very similar to OSCP certification exam. So you will have some vulnerable systems in the OSCP certification as well, and you will have to crack those. You will have to hack into those machines in 24-hour period. And I know this isn't easy, and you have to just solve capture the flag challenges as much as possible before you go on and take this OSCP challenge. I suggest you go to onehub.com or you go to YouTube, search for CTF solutions and try to follow the steps. And you have to do all of this after you complete this course. After you complete this course, you will know how to code in Python as well, and you're not going to write some extensive or comprehensive software tools in OSCP examination, but it will definitely help you understand it in a much better way. So after you do all of this stuff, you can enroll to your OSCP training and then move on to your OSCP examination and then move on to your OSCP certification. So this might sound a little scary right now, but don't worry, a lot of my students manage to complete my courses and then get CEH certification and then get OSCP certifications as well. As long as you want it, as long as you study for it, after you complete this course and after you do what I suggest, I believe you can get OSCP certifications, you can get CEH certifications as well. So we're going to stop here, and following the next section, we're going to start coding some ethical hacking tools with Python. Now you know your options of getting ethical hacking certifications. Now I suggest you do not rush into getting those certifications. I suggest you look for cybersecurity companies that you want to get in and search for their requirements. Some of them want these certifications before you go into, and some of them provide additional trainings and fundings for you after you get into the company. So generally, if they're looking for a senior cybersecurity analyst, they ask for these certifications, but if they're looking for a junior one, they do not ask them. So after you get into, they may provide some trainings and fundings, as I said. So don't rush into getting these certifications, but you know what to do now when you want to get one. So now if you're ready, we'll move on to the next section where we are going to step into the Python for ethical hacking.